Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Carolina Panthers Week 16 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And since it's a weekly collection, there's always going to be some variation in various variables. However, there's always going to be little nuggets of truth that could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you are new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So, starting out with this matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When you look at the NFL stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data is essentially looking at how the offense is doing, how the defense is doing, and of course how the special teams is doing in terms of various team statistics. And when you look at this data, most of the information favors the Panthers. It favors them on offense, and honestly, on pretty much defense and special teams. So we'll just go through all of it. So first off, offensively speaking, the Panthers are favored in many ways on offense because of their turnover ratio. They don't turn over the football as much as the Buccaneers, and because of their offensive score percentage. The only area where the Bucs have an advantage on offense in terms of their statistics is sack prevention. So the Bucs don't really give up as many sacks as the Panthers do. However, the most important metric when it comes to winning football games is that offensive score percentage. If you are able to put points on the board more often on every offensive drive, you're going to win more football games, statistically speaking. I mean, it just makes sense. The more points you put on the board, the more games you're going to end up winning. And that's definitely an area where the Panthers are more so favored there. The Panthers also favored on defense in many ways. The Panthers have better defensive offensive score percentage. They have better sack percentage. And the Buccaneers have better turnover ratio. They have a better interception ratio. But again, who has the better ability to prevent points? The Panthers defense does. So in many ways, the Panthers have the better offense in terms of putting points on the board. They have the better defense in terms of preventing points on the board. And those are major factors as to why the Panthers are so heavily favored in this game. Is because their offense and their defense. Now when you get to special teams data, looking at things like punt return yardage, etc., the Buccaneers have the better punt return yardage. They also have the better kick return yardage. Defensive punt return yardage more so favors the Panthers. Defensive kick return yardage favors the Panthers. Field goal percentage especially favors the Panthers. The Panthers have one of the best field goal percentages, or basically field goal percentages in the NFL. Extra point percentage also favors the Panthers, and punting average also favors the Panthers. By far, the most important metric to look at, the most important statistic to look at when it comes to special teams data is field goal percentage. And it's a massive difference between the Panthers and the Bucs. The Bucs have one of the worst field goal percentages since 1998, and the Panthers have one of the best since 1998. So special teams wise, Panthers definitely favored in terms of the metric that matters the most to winning. The Panthers also have the better metrics on defense and the better metrics on offense. And all those factors are why the Panthers are favored in this football game. Now, when you get to some other sort of matchups, so now we're getting into some different down and distance data, basically looking at situational football, as Bill Belichick likes to put it. And when you look at the Panthers offense versus the Buccaneers defense when it comes to completion percentage data, the Panthers are favored on first, second, and third down. So all three downs, all three of those downs are definitely big factors for them when it comes to this game. Then, of course, you get to the Bucs offense versus the Panthers defense when it comes to completion percentage. And this is actually pretty even. The Buccaneers have a big advantage on first down on offense. It's pretty even on second down, and then third down more so favors the Panthers. So in many ways, I would say this is actually pretty even, with the Panthers having the strategic advantage on third down, because if you can't complete third downs, you're not going to win a lot of football games, obviously. if you don't complete passes on third down. You're basically, your conversion rate is probably lower. And then, of course, you get to rushing down. So this is first down conversion rate with the run. This has nothing to do with yardage. This has nothing to do with explosive plays. It purely has to do with the fact, if it's 1st and 10, do you get first downs more often with the run in those situations? 2nd down, 3rd down, etc. And when you look at this particular area, the Panthers' rushing offense is favored on all 3 downs, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. So definitely Panthers are favored pretty heavily in those particular downs and distances. Then, of course, we get to the Bucs offense versus the Panthers defense when it comes to rushing downs. And in this particular area, the Bucs are favored on 1st and 2nd down when it comes to rushing down. So definitely kind of factors into things here in terms of those downs and distances. Then we get to passing downs between the Panthers offense and the Bucs defense. In terms of this area, this is actually fairly even. 2nd down, dead on even. 1st down more so favors the Bucs defense, and then 3rd down more so favors the Panthers offense. So I will give the Panthers the strategic advantage of having that 3rd down being as good as it is, or at least being so much better than the Bucs defense, because the Bucs have the worst 3rd down passing defense in the NFL in terms of preventing first downs. But I definitely would say it is going to be a bit of a struggle getting up to that point. Basically the Bucs will make it competitive. It's just 3rd down is kind of when they crumble. Then, of course, we get to the Bucs passing offense versus the Panthers passing defense, where the Bucs are favored on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. Again, this is the one area where the Bucs have done well. For whatever reason, they've had a pretty good conversion rate with the pass in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. But it definitely doesn't kind of add up. It's been very inefficient in terms of how they get the success is all I really want to say. So they've had success, it's just been very inefficient. Then, of course, we get to sack rates between the Panthers offense and the Buccaneers defense. Pretty self-explanatory here. The Bucs are terrible at sacking the quarterback. The Panthers are pretty above average. They're not amazing, but they are above average when it comes to preventing sacks on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. But the biggest indicator to me is just that the Bucs defense just does not create a lot of sacks. So at least for me, that definitely is the biggest factor to kind of consider, that the Panthers will probably not end up getting a lot of sacks because the Bucs don't really force a lot of sacks in general. Then, of course, we look at the Bucs offense versus the Panthers defense, and this is kind of the opposite, where the Panthers will probably have a lot of success getting sacks, especially on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down. 3rd down especially is the area where the Panthers will probably get a lot of sacks. So definitely another thing to kind of consider here. And then we get to interception ratio between the Panthers offense and the Bucs defense. This particular area, the Bucs are favored on 1st and 3rd down. So again, a key down and distance to watch is 3rd down. Most of the interceptions that the Panthers have thrown, or at least Cam Newton has thrown, have come on 3rd down. And most of the picks that the Bucs get come on 1st down, actually. But there definitely is a chance that there could be some picks on 3rd down. So that would be the main down and distance to watch, is just 3rd down, to see if Cam Newton throws any picks. And then finally, we get to the Bucs passing offense versus the Panthers passing defense in terms of interception ratio, where the Bucs are favored on 1st and 3rd down, with the big disparity being on 2nd down. Most of the interceptions that Jameis Winston throws is on 2nd down, and most of the picks that the Panthers force is on 2nd down as well. So kind of a major factor to kind of think about as well in this particular game. So overall impressions of this game, I think it's going to be a Panthers victory. As I said before, based on all the data, offensively, defensively, and special teams wise, just overwhelmingly favors the Panthers over the Bucs. The Bucs have not been that great of a football team. They've had inefficiencies on offense. They've had inefficiencies on defense. So I just think this is going to be a Panthers victory. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you believe is going to win this football game? And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.